in political science for class 12. Today the chapter is alternative centers of power. After the end of bipolarity, or in other words, with the disintegration of the Soviet Union, America was the only country that was the superpower. Before that, there were two superpowers, USA and USSR. But in 1991, USSR got disintegrated and only one superpower remained and started acting like a hegemon. And that we have done in the chapter US hegemony. Then it was realized that there was no alternative center of power. All the power is in the hands of US only. So it was realized that some alternative centers of power must be there to check the US hegemony. Then gradually in Europe, the European Union, commonly known as EU, in Asia, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, known as ASEAN, these emerged as very powerful forces. And they have emerged as alternative institutions or centers of power. And their purpose is to develop a peaceful and cooperative regional order leading to the growth of the member countries. And later on, China also became another center of power due to its great economic growth. Now we take one alternative center, that is the European Union. As the name suggests, that this organization is the union of the countries of Europe. And it was formed in the year 1992. Initially, that was an economic organization, but changed gradually into political unison for cooperation on justice, domestic affairs, common foreign and defense policy, and establishment of single currency known as euro. It has its own flag, anthem, founding date, and currency, which was legally adopted in the year 2002. And the member countries are 27 in number. The background of this EU can be seen after the Second World War, when Europe was greatly affected economically. So US, United States of America, commonly known as US, that provided massive economic aid to revive the economy of European countries. And a plan was initiated known as Marshall Plan, which is after the name of the Secretary of State George C. Marshall. And it is also known as European Recovery Plan. And it was introduced in 1948 as Organization for European Economic Cooperation. And the abbreviation is OEEC. Okay, and that was a forum or central place for trade and economic cooperation for West European states mainly. Now we see that how we can say that European Union is an alternative center of power. What makes it a powerful organization? We can see in the following way. Here, it has political and diplomatic influence, as two of its member countries, Britain and France, they are the members of Security Council of the United Nations Organization. Okay, we know that there are 5 permanent members: Britain, France, Russia now, USA, and China. So, out of these 5 permanent member countries, 2 are from European Union. So, they have influence in checking, promoting, supporting the international politics, and in a way they can put a check on US influence in world politics. All right, so they play an important role to foster stability, security, democracy, freedom, and rule of law at international level, and in a way it acts as a constraint to US power. Now we take the economic influence. We know that EU is an organization, group of countries of Europe, and initially it was started as an economic organization. So it has joint economy of the member countries, and that is the largest economy in the world, and it can pose threat to US dollar also by its currency called euro. It has the mixture of economy, free market, as well as social model, and it has largest trading partners also like US, China, Japan, UK, Switzerland, Russia, India, Canada, etc. Okay, and the world trade is 3 times more than that of the US. And it can be assertive in its trade, okay, with China also. And it has the power to influence the neighbors as well as Asian and African countries also. It has its influence in the World Trade Organization also. Now we take as military influence. Militarily also US we know is very powerful, but this organization EU is equally powerful in military aspect. Although EU is not having personal military power, it has collective military power of its member countries. Okay, and many of them are the members of NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is a product of US. Okay, and it has 1.5 million personnel, 7,700 tanks, 2,450 aircrafts approximately, 550 warships and submarines, and it is the second largest military power in the world after USA. So thus we can say that EU is capable to act as a constraint and as an alternative power to act as an alternative centers to US hegemony. Thank you.